Welcome back. Well, we're going to take you through a very interesting story on the ideal retirement plan. What is the perfect retirement plan? Is it about stepping back or stepping into a life that you truly want? A Reddit post by a 42-year-old man has sparked a massive discussion online. Not about money, but meaning. He's never been married, has no kids, no loans, no house or car, but has a 2.5 crore amount saved in his fixed deposits. And yet he feels exhausted. He says, I hate everything. He writes, I'm burnt out by 9 to 5, trapped by deadlines, and now battling chronic fatigue. He says that he's always stressed and does not see the point of it all anymore. He has financial security here. He has no debt and a possible $1,000 monthly payout after 62, thanks to a short US stint he had. But the bigger question, of course, is if you're financially stable but emotionally wrecked, is it time to log out? That's the heart of this debate, because it's not just about his story here. This echoes across age groups and industries. People who want to opt out, not because they failed, but just because they're done. So what's the ideal way to exit the rat race, especially if you're married and if you have kids and EMIs and are still mid-career? Most importantly, what does retirement even mean in a world where staying mentally and physically engaged and fit through work is really the key to aging well? Well, we have our guest joining us, Dilip Chenoy, Chairman, Bharat Web3 Association and former Secretary General, FICCI. He's a man who has understanding in business and savings. I'm assuming will give us a way out if one wants to quit early. Dilip, thanks very much for speaking to News 9. What's your magic number to feel financially free? If you want to retire early, what's the corpus you ideally should have? And how do you arrive at it?
I mean, if you look at the different things that have been doing the rounds, right? I mean, the whole acronym, there's a very interesting acronym that has been given to this whole movement. It's known as FIRE, financial independence, retire early, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's actually been inspired by a 1992 book. It goes back a long way. I think Vicky Robin and I think Joe Dominic wrote that. But the different ideas or different ways that were there. The first, the most classic and hard way of doing it was that you save up something and you calculate your life's annual expenditure and save that much till every year you only take out about 2 to 3% of your savings. So assuming that it'll take you for 30 years, 35 years. Depending on your income. The other extreme, real extreme thing here is that people in this movement also become very frugal. They don't even go out to eat. They don't buy gadgets, but they want to live the life the way they want to in terms of the things that they do. And then, of course, there is the other extreme. It says, okay, I need X amount of money. And if I would take the worst case scenario, which is a bank fixed deposit or something like that, which gives me 5 or 7% return and I have to pay tax, then they calculate the annual income. And then they say, okay, in the example that you quoted, it was 2.5 crores. Some people will say it should be 8 to 9 crores or 10 crores. And if you want to live a much more, different type of life, you want to eat out, do a lot of the stuff which you were doing, then of course, the rate would be higher. You could also, instead of looking at a fixed deposit kind of thing, could invest in equity and stocks. But given the way the markets are doing currently and the volatility there, I think people will have a different view of that in this current situation.
But that's invested now, then you reap the benefits of it later. It's anyway long-term. The stock market, dabbling with it is long-term. So you got to do it now. Early entry will reap you that benefit. But nonetheless, do you still believe, Dilip, that people would retire early and not work at all? In your view and wisdom, you've been part of FICCI too. There are many senior experts and advisors on the board there. Do you still see people retiring early, or is it that they retire from the 9 to 5 drudgery but continue to keep their minds and bodies active by being advisors on some board or just imparting their knowledge? Is that a way also to earn your extra buck?
I think there are different ways of doing it, right? One is mental activity, being engaged, okay? I think irrespective of the age that you retire, being mentally active, doing different kinds of things and contributing to whether it's society or something is very important. Most people actually want to do that. And it's interesting also for health and well-being. You can devote more time to family, to kids, to your hobbies, etc. You could also say, okay, you're going out from 9 to 5, but you're going to do something, 2 hours or 3 hours a day or 2 or 3 days a week, and continue to earn something to actually go that. So there are different people. Even there are very interesting owners of businesses who say that okay, they're going to exit out of the business because the business is very challenging, or it's not challenging, but their mental makeup doesn't actually lead them to do a business. So they step out of the business, give it to professionals, and only be an investment manager. So different types of people that who want to do this, but it's important to be active, important to be busy, because otherwise, it will lead to other consequences.
All right. Well, in your view, early retirement is possible from whatever I heard of you.
Yeah, actually, I know a lot of people who have planned very aggressively.
Yeah.
So they say, okay, I'm going to save when my saving rights come in, my saving reaches this. Some people say, okay, I want to do a holiday in India every year, or, I want to chill at home or whatever it is. I want to buy a place in Goa or buy a place up in the hills or in the middle of, somewhere where, it's not the rat race as you kind
Yeah.
of talked about it. Others take a different view. But globally, there's a Pew Center report, which is last year's report. And one of the findings there was that in every country, people want to retire before the official retirement age
Yeah.
kicks into that country. And there are some significant number of people, okay, it could vary from 3 to 5 to 8% in different countries that do want to retire at 35, 40. And that's a report. And of course, that report also talks about things what's the ideal age to get married, what's the ideal
Yeah.
age to
Yeah.
buy a
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. But I think there are a lot of people who believe and increasingly believe that work-life balance could be there. And if you look at the new industries that are coming up, Web3, for example, allows you to work remotely, to work part-time, and still get paid very well. And, you maintain a work-life balance and intellectually very active. I mean, even if you
Interesting.
take one of the founders of, let's say, a very big Indian company in software, he lives in a village in Tamil Nadu, right?
Yeah.
Uh, okay, so there are different type of people there.
And different businesses demand different environments. I'm in a work culture where I can't work remotely. I have to be present at office. So it depends on the
no,
industry.
you did it during COVID. You did it during COVID.
No, I did not. I do admit that some of our seniors at that point did,
Yeah.
but as anchors and journalists, we had to be on the field, we had to be in the studio, we had to anchor. But nonetheless, I enjoy coming to office because that's better for my mental health. To be honest, I feel stepping out, getting to a workspace, meeting and greeting with people, planning together as a group, that just makes work a lot more fun. And I feel productivity and output also is great.
The alternate to FIRE is a new acronym that has been created by someone, right? She is from Fidelity Investment. She calls it CHILL. Career happiness inspires longer lives.
Nice.
So that's
Nice. Lovely. A great message, I think, to end this here. Dilip, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. I think the mantra is you start saving early if you want to retire early.